Many films portray a mental patient having hallucinations, but a few keep you thinking. Bed Rest is one such movie that will keep you up at night wondering whether what you saw was real or inside your head. Let's dive into what Bed Rest is all about. Bed Rest plays a pregnant woman named Julie Rivers. She is married to a teacher, Daniel Rivers. The couple moves to another city to have a fresh start. Why did they need a fresh start? She lost her first child, a boy. Julie did not cope with the death of her first child well and spent some weeks in a mental facility. After trying for years, Julie is pregnant again. In order to move on from their painful past, they start a new life by buying an old house that overlooks a lake. The couple starts socializing soon and goes to a party, where Daniel tells a woman that Julie is pregnant with their first child. Dejected, Julie does not speak a word on their way home. She questions if Daniel's new fancy friends would judge her if they got to know the truth, but Daniel argues that he wants to forget what happened in the past. During their argument, Julie sees a little boy while she is climbing the stairs and falls. Her doctor then advises her to be on bed rest for the entirety of her pregnancy. Julie is forced to fight her past demons. Slowly, Julie starts hearing the voice of a baby crying. It is pretty common for a grieving mother to experience pain after losing a child, and since Julie is hearing the voice of a crying baby, she may be hallucinating. Is Julie hallucinating? One day she sees a child playing outside her house, and she asks him where his mother is. He does not reply in words, he just points his finger at her. She gets confused, and the window suddenly shuts on its own. She sees someone walking downstairs and calls 911. When the police arrive, there is no one in the house. The local sheriff informs Daniel that Julie saw a boy. Worried that her manic episodes are back, Daniel hires a nurse. Dilmi, the nurse, seems like a sweet woman. She starts sharing her story and tells Julie how she has never managed to conceive a child. Julie is allowed to take a bath once every 3 days, and Dilmi helps her with the same. Julie soon starts thinking that the child she keeps seeing is her stillborn son Andrew. She starts calling out Andrew's name in the hopes that he will come back to her. The child comes to her and says she is coming for the baby. When Julie asks who this she he is referring to is, the child disappears. Hearing what the child had said, Julie gets a little uncomfortable. She starts suspecting Dilmi. She shares her worries with Daniel, who does not believe her. He argues that he can only work peacefully if Dilmi is there to take care of her. If you enjoy watching this video, then subscribe to Angel Recaps for the latest movies explanation. He wants the best for his wife and his child. Nobody would want to lose another child, and Julie's condition was worsening. Her doctor advises her to start taking medication again. In the final few days of her pregnancy, the medication would not affect the growth of the child. Well, she does get better for some time when she starts her medications, which gives us an idea that she was indeed hallucinating. The apparent paranormal activities keep increasing day by day, and Julie is adamant about not taking her medications. She secretly throws her pills away, which brings back the possibility of relapsing. She had experienced mental dissociation during her last pregnancy, and not properly taking medication will only lead to a possible relapse. However, she starts experiencing surreal activities, and even her cat starts sensing something wrong with the house. Her cat starts following the voice. Julie is now sure there is something wrong with the house. Upon hearing the story of what had happened previously in the house where they live from Dilmi, Julie starts digging deeper. At the beginning of the movie, a worker gives a bracelet to Julie, thinking it is hers. She keeps the bracelet and mends it. Julie is seen wearing the bracelet, and while digging into the past, she finds out that the bracelet belonged to a local woman who was the owner of the house in the late 1960s. Julie also finds out that the woman had an accident while pregnant with her 4th child, and the baby died. Thinking that she had failed as a mother, the woman went into depression. She then drowned all her kids and killed herself. Julie sees a picture of the family and realizes that the kid she is seeing is not Andrew but one of the previous owner's kids. On her due date, she starts experiencing unbearable pain and shouts Dilmi's name. Soon, Daniel joins the two of them, and Julie tells him about the previous owner. To her dismay, Daniel already knew about the story but kept it a secret. According to Daniel, he was scared to tell her the truth since the house was the only thing that had made her smile in ages. The house starts playing tricks on all of them now, and the ghost kills Dilmi. Julie and Daniel run for their lives, but Daniel gets hit on the head and faints. Julie has her baby inside the house, and the ghost of the local woman starts coming toward her. Julie gives birth to her child in a bathtub, which later crashes down. If you enjoy watching this video, then subscribe to Angel Recaps for the latest movie's explanation. Daniel wakes up and tries to save Julie, who is now, presumably, in the afterlife. She sees herself lying on the floor, and she also sees the spirit of Dulme. Along with the spirit of Dulme, she meets with her stillborn child Andrew, and she gives the baby to Dulme. The paramedics bring Julie back to life, and the movie ends with Daniel and Julie starting a new life together with their daughter.